Hey, what's up, Matt? This is going to be a quick demo video for you for your Raxus Starkiller from Sean and myself. This is a batch 2 that you bought from Sean and had it weathered by him. I just got it recently, I think yesterday in the mail. You've been waiting for a while for this to show up and then send it over to me, so I really do appreciate your patience, and because of that I try to get it done quickly. So let's go over to my desk and take a look at this, and thank you for the support on this run. Hey, what's up, Matt? So here we have your Raxus Starkillers. First of all, I'd like to say thank you very much for supporting this run. I've been talking to you about doing this saber for you for a while. Although this was made to be kind of an inexpensive saber at first, with all the add-ons and then like an install and everything, all the weathering and stuff, the price for this can add up pretty quickly. So I do appreciate your support in that. You had sent me a taco shop chassis at first, but the metal pieces you had ordered in resin, and they did not fit after being painted. They barely fit before being painted in the handle, but then after it just did not fit. So you and I talked about it. I ended up printing you my own chassis version for this, and I'll show you that here in a second. It's printed in red carbon fiber. Okay, this was weathered by Sean over at SP Sabers, or what used to be SP Sabers, but you had me knock it down a little bit. So I knocked down the weathering a little bit. I did add this part on the handle diameter change that you would ask me to do. So you'll find that all the way around. I just weathered it up a little bit, but I didn't touch any of your heat staining. Okay, I did use the crystal chamber add-on that you sent with your chassis though. It is in resin, and when it came to me it was in 3 separate parts. It had unfortunately broke in the bag, but what I did was went through, I glued it all back together, put it in there, and you're good to go. So if you can hear my printer in the background, I do apologize for that. I am printing the Smilo Ren helmet from the Acolyte. But you're running a Carl Chan V4 Neopixel adapter in there. This is a 2-button setup, so power here, auxiliary here. You're running my sound font for now. There's a copy of the config file on the SD card. You've got a real quartz crystal right here with its own accent. Of course, you know about this window that we could slide it down and you'll get that secondary crystal chamber right there. All right, and then you can slide that back into place when you're not using it, and just unscrew the handle to get to your chassis. All right, when you take this off, this is what I call my version of an eco chassis that I was giving out for this particular run, for both runs actually. All right, but you've got your secondary crystal here. That's a real quartz crystal. There's a 12 pixel accent strip under here. It is a removable battery setup, so the spring side for the negative side of your battery. Smuggler's Outpost 28mm Elite. You've got an OLED screen right here, and you've got my OLED animations. I'll show you here in a second. It just says Raxus Starkiller over here. A little Smuggler's Outpost emblem with a kill switch right here, and of course your board. Now your board for now is just a tight snap fit down into the shelf. All right, if you lift that up to get to your SD card, which you don't need to do, but some people prefer to pop it up like that. If you do that, I'd put a little bit of E6000 on the edge of that board when you snap it back down and just keep it in place. All right, it says SP Sabers and Solo Sabers over here. For me, I made this chassis at the original run. All right, so let's put a battery in this guy. It'll snap right in and stay in, and come over here and flip the switch. All right, so you've got my boot up animation. You can see both of your crystals are doing a little something different until we hit power. Give you a little just OLED animation here. We'll turn it off like that. And then we'll take our handle and put our handle on. This is what makes the saber sound very good. This was specifically designed by me for sound. I wanted it to sound very nicely, so I emulated what Saber Trio does, and I did open up the entire back end of this. I machined off some of this pommel as well because it was butting up against the chassis too much and it wasn't allowing the handlebars to line up. So I machined off some of the threads and then put it back on here. All right, but when you get that on here, these are on a timer, so they will time out eventually. I could slide this down and see what's happening in here. It's a very loud boy. All right, to put a blade in, you'll take this guy out right here. Put that off to the side. You see a little grub screw right there. That's your blade retention, so just make sure that's backed up out of the blade socket. All right, we're gonna put a blade in. This takes a 7/8 inch diameter blade, and I'm not even gonna use the blade retention this go around because it's a pretty snug fit for my blade. I like to say, if I'm not going to sand my blade and I have a snug blade, I will turn on the saber while I'm putting the blade in, so I know exactly when I hit those pins and I stop mashing the blade into the saber, right? As soon as I hit those, I see that blade light up, I know I can stop, all right? But power. Blaster bolster is just tapping. Blade lockup is holding the auxiliary button down and hitting the saber. And then to play your soundtracks, a long press on the power. And I do another long press to turn it off, just like that. All right, and then we'll take our blade out. Come over here and take our handle off. And we'll turn on from here. Flip the switch and it kills power just like it should. All right, when you want to take the battery out, do it from the positive side over here, and you can pop it out with your finger. But that, sir, is basically your Raxus Starkiller. Thank you for your patience. I know you've been waiting a long time to get this. I tried to finish it as quickly as I could. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will get this out in the mail to you tomorrow. Thanks, Matt.